GDP. GDP. That stands for Gross Domestic Product. Sitting here studying, I wanted to give you all some insight on what the GDP, Gross Domestic Product, entails. Let's get it. Gross Domestic Product, GDP. The GDP is roughly the total value of output for a particular nation, measured in the dollar amount of goods and services. It's reported quarterly, and a rising GDP bodes well for your stock. When the GDP is rising 3% or more on an annual basis, that's solid growth. When the GDP rises but is less than 3%, that's generally considered less than stellar, basically mediocre. A GDP under zero, which is a negative number, right, means the economy is shrinking and heading into a recession. Okay, so with that being said, I pulled up some numbers just to give you all some more insight. Okay, the U.S. gross domestic product, aka what? The GDP, is around $30.5 trillion in 2025. Now, this is nominal. Now, for my more savvy investors, you know about nominal GDP versus the real GDP, right? Which us economists, we really thrive on because it gives us better insight. Nominal versus real GDP, we'll do a video about that. But nonetheless, these numbers that are being reported are nominal. Let's keep going. Okay, so since the US GDP is around $30.5 trillion, that makes it the world's largest economy, right? With recent growth rates showing strength in the second quarter of 2025, around 3.8% on an annual basis. Remember, anything above 3% is robust, right? It shows that the economy is doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, so a large part of that was driven by consumer spending and lower imports. When you speak about imports, you're speaking about buying goods from other countries. We have low imports as of the moment, so they say. Okay, so in comparison to last year, we grew as an economy, right? Last year, the GDP stood at about 29.18 trillion. This year, again, it stands at about 30.5 trillion. So yes, there has been growth, and yes, they consider the current economy good.